Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a spring inspired jewelry set. So you get the bracelet, you get the necklace, and you get a pair of earrings. Now I did make a second set of earrings. So if you're the kind of person that likes something a little bit more bold, a little bit more showing on the ear, then just keep an eye out for that. That'll be at the end of the video. When I saw these beautiful charm links, I knew I had to have them. I didn't even think twice. I didn't even look at the price until later. I just had to have them. They are gorgeous, perfect for spring. And if you guys like butterflies, yeah, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this set. In my normal format, I am doing PDF mini tutorials. These pieces are so easy to do, so you don't have to worry. They're very easy to put together and they look gorgeous when they're done. I will leave a link in the description for everything that I used, where you can get them, and alternatives if you can't find the specific ones that I use in this video today. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, for my first piece, which is my butterfly pendant, as you can see in my pendant here particularly, I only used 6 of the butterfly pendants. So these are 1 by 1.5 inch stainless steel filigree butterfly charm links. And I got these on Amazon. As you can see up close, these butterfly filigree charm links have multi-holes everywhere. So here I use these holes here on this side, holes here, here, even in the bottom tail here, which makes it easy for multi-use with this type of charm, which I think is great, which you will see in a couple of the pieces that I made here today. But I decided to use these 2 holes. I tried to keep it quite simple because I definitely wanted these butterflies to stand out. Now on the camera it looks like there's a little bit of aqua blue going into purple, into green here. There's actually quite a bit of purple showing on this piece. I'll put up a picture of it on the stand. I think it shows you a little bit better the colors here. But honestly, very, very beautiful, and definitely the colors of the upcoming spring. At least for us here, we're still in the middle of winter, but hopefully at the end of the month it'll start getting nice. But very beautiful and very light, and in keeping with the spring season, which for us up here is a lot of butterflies. So I really enjoyed when I really like these, and when I found them online, I just knew I had to have them. When you buy these, it comes in a package of 50, so actually you get a lot of these butterflies. You could do so much with this type of charm, with this type of connector charm. So as you can see here in this frame, this is when I started to lay everything out. I'd originally wanted to use 6 of the butterflies. I didn't want any more. I didn't want them going back and around my, the back part of my neck. I just wanted them to be out in the front where easily seen and very beautiful. So I laid it all out and I really liked the way that it was looking. And you can see that I'm also using my long bar spacer beads, and I'm using 5 of those in between the butterfly links. The long bar spacers are 14 millimeters by 18 millimeters. These also I got from Amazon, and they come in 2 different colors. So this is the brass, and the other one is antique silver, I believe it is. And the long bar spacers just brought out the little bit of brass that you can see from the butterfly charms. On camera, I don't know if you can see it as good, but in real life, you can just see these bars bring out that little bit of color that's in the butterfly charms. So here I'm taking my 5 millimeter jump ring. I'm going to open it up and put it on the top hole of the long bar spacer. Now you can see that there's 3 holes here, so I used the top hole. Now I'm adding 1 of the butterfly links, so I'm using the very outer hole on that one wing. As you can see, there's a little flower there, and then on the opposite side of that there's a little hole, so the very outer hole. And I'm using 3 millimeter jump ring here to add my long bar spacer and the 5 millimeter jump ring. And then here you can see that I'm adding another butterfly to the other side of the long bar spacer and the 5 millimeter jump ring. And just repeat that, and you can see in this video here, you can see how I've added the 3mm and the 5mm jump rings to the long bar spacer and to each of the butterfly charms. So I didn't have any brass colored chain. I honestly don't normally wear this color very often. I'm more of a silver girl, so I don't have any brass colored chain. So I used my brass colored 11/0 seed beads and I just made the rest of the chain. So I just added the beads that I wanted for the length because I don't want it to be too long. Made a loop with those beads at the bottom. Added my last 3mm jump ring to it, and then added 2 5mm jump rings to the back here, plus a lobster claw, which actually I did have in the brass color. I just don't have the chain. And that's a very easy way, you know, if you don't have any chain, or I didn't really want to use black rope or leather or anything like that. I just didn't think it would go well with this type of pendant, and this looks pretty. The beads go really well with the color of this pendant, and the fact that I wanted to keep it a little bit more on the dainty side. The next piece is the matching bracelet. Again, using the butterfly charm links. These are in stainless steel. So I took 2 pieces of memory wire in the brass color, and I just cut them to be a little bit larger than the size that I needed, because I needed a little bit of room to work and hold you know, the wire as I was working with it. And as you can see, I started to add, I just put a loop on one end and I started to add my 4mm beads. So I added 1 11/0 seed bead, 4mm bead, 1 11/0 bead, 11/0 bead, and then I went all the way around and I added 24 of those beads to each of the memory wire pieces. Now that's for my wrist size. I have a medium size wrist size, so that's what I did there. And as you can see, a little close up of the loop. So basically you can see here that I just started 3 up from the bottom of this side here. Any side it works, but 3 up from this side here. So I went 3 beads up and added the first jump ring, which is a 3mm jump ring, and then I went 4 beads up and added the jump ring to this side. Then put together the next butterfly with a 5mm jump ring, and then from here to here is 5 beads, here to here is 5 beads. So it sits slightly crooked on the bracelet, either way you look at it. As you can see here, I am actually pressing the butterflies into my hairspray can. So I have a hairspray can. It's kind of mimics my wrist, not exactly, but it just gives the perfect way to bend the butterfly charms perfectly, because you want them to be bent a little bit to go around your wrist. You don't want them sitting straight out. It's going to get caught on things and it's not going to look very aesthetic. The aesthetic won't be there. So I just framed them around the hairspray can and then just bent them into the hairspray can, and actually it worked out perfectly. Didn't bend them too much, and you don't want to bend them just with your fingers. You run the risk of bending them too much, you know, little dents or whatever. You don't want that on these butterfly charms. So I pretty much made this bracelet to fit my wrist exactly the way I wanted it. You can add chain if you wanted to here. Again, I don't have any brass colored chain, so I didn't do that. I just left it as is. And you can see here I used a couple of 2 beads just to be able to hold the ends of these together so that they wouldn't, you know, wouldn't move and come apart. You want this to be as stable as possible, and these work great for that. So I just sewed them into the back there. So basically I just used 4 of the butterfly links for this bracelet. But what a unique looking bracelet. I think it looks really pretty. And for the matching set of earrings, all I did was put an ear wire in the color that I wanted, of course brass colored to match the rest of the set, and just looped it right into the top hole. And basically for these earrings I have them sitting opposite each other, so you could wear them this way or you could wear them this way. And these are very light very, very light on your ears. They're not going to pull down on your ears, which, you know, if you've been watching my videos long enough, is something I really enjoy. I don't like a heavy earring. As beautiful as they may be, just do not like a heavy earring. But isn't that a beautiful gradient? Oh, these are so pretty. And these are small enough, you know, you could wear them with, you know, they look great wearing them with the whole set on their own with just the bracelet. I've gotten a lot of people actually really liking just the very simplistic earring with this butterfly. I think they turned out beautiful. Love these. Love, love, love these. You know that a lot of the times I like to wear a bracelet and earring set, and I like my earrings to be most of the time a little bit bolder, a little bit bigger. So I did another set of earrings. These ones are a little bit bigger, a little bit bolder. They're not heavy. Everything here is very, very light to the ear, but I used the same memory wire to make these and 2 multi-hole links. Now these ones here came in the same set as the long bar spacers. There's like I said, I'll leave a link I'll leave a link in the description box for you, show you where I got these. Very, very pretty. And these here are 10 millimeter by 26 millimeter multi-hole links. So here again, I have cut 2 pieces of memory wire in the brass color. Now you can decide what size you want your loops to be. They can be a little smaller or a little bit bigger. And I'm using my pliers, so I'm doing a 6 millimeter loop on one side and on the other as well. Push it in and make sure that they're touching on either side. You don't want them to be open at all, so you want them to touch. You want to close off that hole, like that loop. And you can see now I've put the butterfly in there to make sure this is the size that I want. And this is the size that I want. And I'm going to take the multi-hole link and I am putting on 4 millimeter jump rings. As you can see here, there's the first one done to the outermost hole. Put 2 4 millimeter jump rings, 1 on either side of the 2 holes on the right hand side and 2 on the 2 holes on the left hand side, and I have added them to each of the loops that I made with the memory wire, as you can see here. Then I've put another 4 millimeter jump ring in between that, so you see that middle one there, to hold those links together. And as you can see, on the butterfly, I have added a 4 millimeter jump ring to the little link hole there, and added it to the right hand side loop that I made in the memory wire. And then to hold the butterfly into place, I used another 4 millimeter jump ring, put it through the little hole on his left hand side of his wing, and then just looped it around the bottom part of the memory wire. Basically, I wanted him to sit in an angle like this. I didn't want him up and down. Like, I didn't want him straight up and down. I wanted him at an angle. This works perfectly for that. I put both the earrings together exactly the same way, and then added my ear wires just to the top loop to finish off the earring. So as you can see, these earrings can sit either way. They can sit like this, or you can put them where they're facing the other way, like that. And again, this brass color just brings out these beautiful butterflies. They're gorgeous. It's hard to see on the camera that they do have a little bit of brass coloring in them. It's really hard for me to show. This one here seems to be showing it pretty good on the camera, but all of them have a little bit of brass coloring. So all the brass that I used here today coloring just brings that out. I love this style of earring, wearing with a bracelet. You know, kind of forego the pendant if you want to. I usually do if I'm wearing a really big pair of earrings. I just don't wear anything for a pendant, but this with the bracelet would look great. And so easy to make, you guys. Like, really, really beautiful. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, as always, the tutorials are easy to follow for you. Don't forget to like this video. If you did like this video, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified of upcoming videos. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you back here for my next one. Bye.